indeed the
Grabe.
Geeks
Mm-mm.
after another hiatus once again.
Where we always
Thirds,
in hate.
I've been seeing the I've been seeing the floods. Are you guys okay? Wala na bahay yung office sa Manila?
Yeah, it almost got flooded. Almost with ano lang, this minuscule water na lang that's left, and then we're gonna get swarmed with water inside. But everything's good now, I guess. It was supposed to rain today when I
Well,
went here, and then yeah, nothing happened. I think the universe, just said, nah, okay, we're done with you guys.
perhaps in a past life,
In a
it
past life,
was flood. It
that was
was
the immune
it
it
was
needed.
coral ang asang in your location. You know what they say, like ogres are like Indian. They have layers.
All right.
No what?
So
You're not gonna give me anything for that.
I can't. That was a terrible joke.
All right, okay.
I'm not even sure if that's a joke. So what are we gonna talk about?
So we missed kind of like the big One Piece drop, but I finished One Piece. Why aren't you interested in One Piece third?
Oh my god, I've already made my points last episode that maybe I'm gonna watch it, but it's not
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
the show
the
didn't
kind
come
of
out
watch.
at that time.
Yeah, but I'm not really a huge fan of One Piece, even before everything, hit the mainstream. What made you want to watch it though? Like, what made you decide that you're gonna have to watch it?
The review, it's not about the reviews. It's more of like the hype surrounding it. Like, daghan kayo ang negativity whenever it comes to Netflix anime adaptations. You have Death Note, you have Cowboy Bebop, and then everyone was expecting One Piece to fail, but the early reviews were all like, "Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good." And I was just like, "Bet money, I gotta see this for what it is." And then I saw it, and then I was like, "Marag, it's not like Stranger Things good, but it's not bad either." It's a property for mga 12-year-olds na kayo siya. Like they really did translate the kanang say Luffy is just a guy who just wants to be a pirate, and then he likes to encourage people to pursue their dreams. Like nga na siya ka childish ang iyang like motivation. So
Yeah,
they keep
that's
that in
always
the
been
story.
yeah, that's always been the motivation in even in the anime, that it's always gonna be friendship. It's always gonna be I love everybody else. I just want. He doesn't even care about the powers. He doesn't even deal with how powerful Luffy is. He just wants to make memories and touch Nami's boobs, probably, if that's a thing.
No, Luffy is supposed to be a kanang sexless child manggod. So
I
the only
know.
pervert character in it is say Sanji, and then like say Luffy is he's just, you have a dream, I'm gonna help you like achieve it. And I'm like, okay, it's simple enough. And then like you want to get into it. I'd rather we just talk about some smaller things first, cause like morag bagora nag-drop ang State of Play, and
Yeah.
I'm confused. How many State of Plays are there in a year?
Probably 3
Yeah.
or 4. It has to do with
Probably 3.
the quarterly periods of fiscal years. If that's, I don't know, it's a business term, because they have to market every
Okay.
quarter of the year somehow, right? Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and then when that happens, so
Oh, okay.
I guess right now it's Q4 now, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
winter, and all the games announced in that state of play or directs are gonna be coming in winter.
Oh, fine. So, biggest reveals of the latest State of Play. Final Fantasy Rebirth. How hyped are you?
Actually, when I saw it, I'm actually very excited to see it's coming next year, and it comes on 2 discs, Bayani. That's 2 discs. It's gonna reshape the video game industry.
It just means that it's fucking heavy. It's like one disc is the data, and then afterwards the second disc is just like, okay, this is the playing disc.
No,
why,
no.
why are you shaking your head? Why?
Apparently, that's not the case. It's literally 2 discs. There's a part 1 and then part 2 on the other disc.
That's psychotic. What
Yeah,
are we? What is this?
It is exactly what happened on the original one as well. So it was 2 discs on the old disc. So You get to play the first few hours, and then the next kay, it's the big game na. It's a very gamey thing. I'm surprised you don't know this.
Okay, so like, I don't want to get technical about it. Like, okay, so if I'm in the second disc, I can't go to anything in level 1 or level 2. Okay, only specific parts of the story are in part 1. But
It's gonna be complicated. It's not fully fleshed out yet on what lengths is disc 1 or disc 2, but yeah, it's not gonna be an issue because you get everything in those two discs. So what do you have to worry about it? Maybe there's an intention to it. There's an art to it, bang. They split it into that one.
yeah, tragically, the only interest lang jud nako in the property is my girls, my babies,
Yes.
si Aerith and si Tifa, si Tiefs.
And you got
Yeah,
Yuffie now,
like-
which is another waifu in the club.
She's supposed to be a kid, I think.
Oh, yeah, she's a
Yuffie,
kid.
She was in the DLC. But this is Japan. Like, more, there are no rules here. There are also a bunch of other characters that I think were teased. I've seen them before, but I have no idea. Like, the cat one was teased in the first game. Like, and this dude in the red cloak with the gold hand. I don't know who that is. Can you like?
That's Vincent.
Can you tell
That's
me what to get
everyone's-
hyped for?
Yeah, that's Vincent Valentine. That's basically the Edward Cullen of the Final Fantasy games. So he's gonna be
Everyone is Edward
uh,
Cullen in the Final Fantasy games, but
yeah. He's a much more Edward Cullen in a way because he's a literal vampire. And don't ask why there's
Okay.
vampires in the game. It's another story as well. But yeah, that's how it goes. But here's the thing. It's still a trilogy though. So we're gonna expect a last one next in probably 5 or 4 years or so, and this second chapter is dubbed as the Empire Strikes Back from the developers. It's stating that it's gonna put the characters in their lowest points in their lives, and then by the time the third game comes out, it's gonna be the rise of the Jedi kind of thing.
Rise of Skywalker.
Return of the Jedi. I mean.
Oh, it's like Rise of Skywalker. Oh no, it's gonna be like they're just gonna do a bunch of Easter eggs lang. Now remember this in Final Fantasy, and then Cloud's gonna play with the PS1. Ang akong question
Yeah.
is, Sephiroth is like the main bad guy of the franchise. So what happens here is a rebirth. Like Sephiroth is suddenly your buddy. Like Sephiroth can be in your party.
Yeah, because that's a flashback scene. It happened years before he turned into a bad guy. There's a lot of there's a lot of story details that I can't tell you right now because you haven't finished the game. You might get spoiled. And to anyone who's actually who finished Final Fantasy VII, I'm sure they know what we're talking about. That it's gonna be a pretty expansive second chapter. Yeah, I have sore throat.
Yeah. Oh, must be the rain, but like I got a sore throat last week.
Yeah, I hate the weather right now. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes you get all wet. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The only other thing that I figured out as state of play was Spider-Man, but how excited are you for the new Mortal Kombat? Mag Ground Zero reboot sila. Yeah, what's your
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Mortal Kombat games, but I grew up with it. I know how the brutality system works. I know how fatalities work, and I know. There's just
which Mortal Kombat did you grow up with, man? Like, is it 2D Mortal Kombat or 3D Mortal Kombat now?
the 2D Mortal Kombat, the one where you play it on the arcade machines before. I used to be so bad at it, and maybe even until now, I'm still so bad at it. Not really huge fan of fighting games though. I mean on Mortal Kombat games because there's a lot of fighting games out there like Tekken, Street Fighter, and with those choices in mind, like I can't pick another game. I don't want to spend another money on another fighting game to make room for this thing.
Man.
Yeah.
But ano lang jud, like I think fighting games used to be fun, like because in the Mortal Kombat days you can just what is it? You can just like take any character and you can button mash and you can just have fun like mag ano ka. But now everyone has made it so technical, like especially like Street Fighter. Street Fighter is the worst kind of technical game to get into, and then like try to learn like at least how to get a little bit good at it, and then you'll immediately thrown into like more mga mathematical level things. Like I remember katong nag-podcast ta with say your friends Earnest. They were talking about fucking
Ernest,
Yeah.
Ernest and Rob.
yeah, like dude, they were talking about milliseconds. It's like, dude, you gotta you gotta get like a proper platform because it's gonna save you like 0.5 milliseconds in your command. And I'm like, that's insane. I really don't, I really don't need to
Yeah.
know that.
Actually, that's how fighting games work, Bayani. Lately, it's becoming more and more accurate, and you need to know the numbers of your moves because when you're actually playing with someone, you're playing on a certain internet, right? I'm sure Ernest explained it and Rob before, but there's a lot of technicalities when it comes to fighting games because you always have to put it on the perfect frames to make your
Yeah.
moves on the perfect frames because otherwise your enemy takes advantage of that frame and then you'd be at a disadvantage and stuff. So
Jesus.
it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah. It's like when it comes to like the newer games na Jude, it's kind of I don't know if people can still enjoy them if like you bring like your guest over. It's like, hey girl, you want to come over to my house? We'll play a little Mortal Kombat and chill, and then like I imagine it's already incredibly overwhelming to just give it to a new player, and then it's like, what does this do? And then unsa ako moves ana. But siguro if both of you are just equally enthusiastic about like, it doesn't matter. He's an ice guy, he's a fire guy. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's party.
I mean, fighting games are never meant to be. You don't have to take it too seriously. It's supposed to be fun, as long as you guys are enjoying killing each other. That's a good thing. That's not only the competitive scene is making fuss about the frames, the frame data, and how accurate the numbers are. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it and just enjoy
You know,
playing
like
the
you
game.
know, like any of the waifus that are coming out of Mortal Kombat. You know, you have no love for Sonya Blade or kind of Kitana.
Oh man, I'm really much prefer the Street Fighter ones.
Okay.
They're more of my yeah. So
Top
Mortal
three,
Kombat, I guess
top
they're
three
fine.
Street Fighter waifu thirds.
Kami.
Okay.
Kami has to be
All
Kami.
right.
I got Chun-Li is also great.
Uh-huh.
And another I have no idea what's the I got nothing.
Si
I got
ako
nothing.
ba si you know the wrestler girl, si Rainbow Mika. Rainbow Mika ba na siya? And she has like
The new one is in SF6.
sa 2D pa na siya gi-introduce na character,
Ah.
and then it's like I remember na like my high school like morag na stir akong feelings kay she had like hearts over her nipples, and I was just like morag, oh shit, what's happening right now? And then I always like Sakura kay morag si girl Ryu, she's fun, and then I realized na iconic sa iyang look ang iyang red nga panties na whenever mag-split siya and you can see up her skirt, and I was like morag, this is a stir for me na something is happening in my youth. But
Oh man, I really have no idea who those characters
Yeah,
are now. I only remember the movie, the Street Fighter movie, which I really enjoy.
wait, is it the
Yeah.
animated movie or the Jean-Claude Van Damme one?
The live
Oh
action
my
one.
god, I love
Yeah,
that
the Jean-Claude
movie.
Van Damme one. I love that movie. It's a cult classic, and I don't care what everybody says. It's a good movie. I love
Dude.
it. It was Kylie Minogue Cammy,
Yeah,
right?
and si Ming Na Wen,
okay.
si Chun-Li. I was like,
Yeah. That's a classic.
it was
That's
like
a classic.
before she was cast as Mulan pa, and I was like, fuck. I
Yeah.
love the Street Fighter movie.
Age old.
I guess I'm
Yeah.
ran out of girls, but I am a Chun-Li enjoyer as compared to your Kami simp. Like Joshua likes Kami.
So you're a thigh
yes,
person.
I am.
Because Chun-Li has the bigger and Cammy has like the big ass. Yeah.
And then like
If I could go for the best waifu, I'd go for Blanca. man.
Blanca.
That's just it.
Oh man, he's so weird in that movie, dude. Like, ano siya, gibatan siya goggles that he can only see war, and then Dalsim decided to help him by going like pakitaan siya flowers and family, and then
Oh,
ni kalmado
man.
dahin
Now
siya.
you make me wanna watch it.
Okay, this is... I've only turned him like 40% good because of the good images. God, I have to watch that
Oh
movie
man,
again.
I love that movie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that movie again.
Best M. Bison ever. Like, one of favorite nga M. Bison. I really can't tickle your fancy with Mortal Kombat, but I know that you're excited about Spider-Man. So, like, I didn't really like the first game. Like, the first game is fine, siguro. Like, if you like swinging around and exploring. But a lot of people have pointed out na very repetitive ang iyong mga missions. And most of them are kind of just like, find a backpack and then unlock the thingy and then you can do like 5 different kinds of things that are the same. Yeah, but what are you excited about with this upcoming sequel?
Yeah, the issue you presented is always gonna be a problem when it comes to open world games. There's always gonna be repetition to it, and with Spider-Man, I think the reason why I'm looking forward to the sequel is that it's another take on the Spider-Man mythos, if you call them that. And with I really enjoyed the first game because it puts a spin on the usual web
Also-
slinging thing that we were used to, right? And with Spider-Man, with what do you call that? With Aunt May's character, it's a different with Doc Ock with his relationship with Doc Ock, and so it's another unique it's another different story to Spider-Man, and it's always good when there's a very different story to Spider-Man, except for the Spider-Man Lotus movie, which
I think it's because na pagka right wing ang kanang naghimo, and then I think he said a bunch of like morag woke no nos, like morag oh no, for that you will be cancelled.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I saw Twitter is going ham over him. They hate him so much. They hated the movie as well. So, yeah, whatever about that.
yeah, back to Spider-Man. I'm like, I really didn't like. I think a lot of people share the sentiment that they don't like the Mary Jane missions, and personally, I also don't like how they turn Mary Jane into like a reporter. It's like I don't get what it is about mga superhero love interests, why they have to be in the media so that like, oh, because like it's a way for them to like bisagol kay kanang I have to report on the news and you're gonna be on the news, so perfect, diba? Na kanang I'm Lois Lane, I report on Superman or ingana. And like Mary Jane as a character is supposed to be some kind of like laid back na actress, so like like I don't get why they had to turn her into a journalist for this like continuity. It's not really that interesting for her, and like I don't know. Like I think it's a tired trope na journalist. April O'Neil is a journalist, son, and she's friends with the Ninja Turtles, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of a. You know, I've seen Megan Fox do it already. Like, aren't people kind of tired of this trope? But the villain wise, like, are you excited both for Kraven the Hunter and Venom?
Venom, I'm excited with, but Craven, explain to me how dangerous Craven is. You're the Marvel dude. You know your comics. How dangerous
You're
is that
like-
guy? I don't
you're barking
believe
up.
him.
You're barking up the guy who is just like got super obsessed with reading Wikipedia pages, like
Oh.
more like in his free time. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, at some point, Kraven likes to hunt people, and then he decided that Spider-Man is the most dangerous animal to hunt, so he decides to hunt Spider-Man. And then when he kills Spider-Man, he does this kind of thing na murag, I don't know, maybe it's a serial killer thing where he decided to assume the role of Spider-Man, and then he started going around like doing Spider-Man stuff after he killed Spider-Man, and it's like he's a dude who's like fetish niya ang hunting. It's like it's very plain, and
Yeah, that's why he's so boring to make as an antagonist.
yeah,
but I'm pretty sure he's not
Mhm.
gonna be the main baddie in the game. He's not gonna
Yeah.
be. He's gonna be the enemy on the first half probably, and then the rest it's all gonna be Venom. It's gonna be a more personal character because Kraven is just some dude who just hates you, man.
yeah.
And yeah, I just can't put up with that. It's a
Yeah.
different thing.
What I will give like Murdoch spins on the character, it's like if a character is very boring and a writer somehow decides to take the shtick and make it interesting, it's like okay, that's pretty cool for them. Like, how can they make Craven more formidable? Okay, he's a very good hunter. And then katulaging remember the cinematic for Spider-Man 2, the game, he was like, I've been following you for 10 minutes already. You no smell me. And then he kills the guy and I'm like, wow, he's a good hunter.
Yeah,
I guess I'm
God,
supposed to be
insufferable.
yeah, hey, this is supposed to be interesting for 12-year-olds. Like 12-year-olds are the prime or like maybe 12-year-olds or maybe nostalgic millennials with money ang like core audience aning a game. But like it like
Looking forward
yeah,
to it, even if
bottom
like,
point, it has to entertain kids. So
yeah,
like you can't make Craven some kind of like you can't change a character too much without people going, "Where's the real Craven? I want to see the real Craven." Like
you want to see the real Craven?
Yeah,
Go watch the Craven
yeah.
movie coming out next
watch
year.
That's So Craven on the Disney Channel. Like she can see the future.
Well, what I'm looking forward to Spider-Man 2 though is how it fares well on the performance on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
If you've seen the latest trailer, that's insane. It's insane how they managed to do it. I'm no developer. I don't know how technology works, but the way they just do it so seamlessly, switching from Miles Morales to Peter Parker and then fast traveling to another place, like in insane speeds,
I thought
with just a few milliseconds lang. They just hop in. There's no loading screen in the game. And that's what I'm looking forward to, because it actually pushes the power of the PlayStation 5. I mean, I'm shilling right now, but I really like it when first party Sony games do this kind of thing, that you don't have to worry about loading times anymore. Like God of War, like Ghost of Tsushima, these games doesn't care about loading screens. They just put you in there, get you immersed, and stuff like that. Unlike, what Starfield did.
man, I gotta tell you, God of War is like it's not about loading screens. It's about hiding the loading screens. It's like whenever Kratos has to like climb a roof or like shimmy through a thingy, it means that like the rest of the kind of world is actually being loaded like while everything is
Yeah,
closed.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
kind of when he opens a door, that's what that is. But like
There's-
nice ang kanang like because powerful lagi ang current gen like itout jud permi sa new PlayStation and Xbox. It's like, oh, no more loading. You can just like you can hop into a game, pause it, turn on Netflix, and go back to your game as if nothing
yeah,
happened.
it's
And I'm like,
it's insane how we can do that stuff now, and we don't have that luxury before. We used to like switch discs and stuff. So really
you think
good.
you think na Venom will be a playable character in the game?
A lot of people are saying it, that Venom is a playable character, but I don't think so. Only
Wala pa kaka-play og Wala pa kaka-play og Ultimate
Dude, I
Spider-Man.
play that one and I enjoyed being Venom, like just getting
Yeah.
random cars and then throwing them at people and then eating
Dude,
these
like,
NPCs.
You can eat people. Like I was like, whoa, this is so crazy. This is the height of Spider-Man
Yeah.
gaming, and then you get to fight Wolverine as Spider-Man or as Venom, and it was like, whoa, you son,
Yeah, that was so good.
This is like
And
peak.
peak Spider-Man. And if they do it here though, I'd be very happy if they do it, but I don't think so, because Peter Parker already has the symbiote here. And in a way, you're basically playing as Venom there.
Yeah, but
Or
it's not
wait a
eating
minute,
people.
why do I get the feeling that Peter Parker is gonna be Venom here?
That's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a theory, but
I'm pretty
I think na murag in order to get Venom, like the symbiote has to go on Peter Parker first, Jud. That's always I think integral to the origin, which is why lain kayo na kadang Tom Hardy never got that, but the theory going around is that the Venom in this universe is katong si Harry Osborn.
Yeah,
Katong-
we get that a lot, but it's so predictable if you put it that way, right? If they
No,
put
but
Harry Osborn in there, it's. But what if the symbiote never leaves Peter Parker? It's gonna envelop him, turn him into Venom, right? That's the reason why we can play as Miles Morales, to stop him from becoming more of this. Yeah, so they
Siguro,
can
no?
use they can put two in. You can just hit two birds with one stone. You're basically playing as Venom, as Peter Parker. That's
I
a
guess
that's a
it's
new theory.
twist.
I just realized that right now.
I
And
guess it's a twist.
yeah. If we got it right, then Feed the Geeks could be
It's like
on the headlines.
as speculated
Filipino-
by Filipino podcasters, Feed the
Uh,
Geeks.
Feed the
Like,
Geeks. Who the fuck are the Feed the
Venom
Geeks?
was Peter Parker the whole time.
Yeah. Who the fuck are the Feed the Geeks? What are they gonna do? Are they
No,
talking?
I think it can't be Peter Parker because they were selling a statue that's 19 inches of Venom. No,
Oh yeah.
that's fighting both Peter and Miles. So I'm like,
Fuck yeah.
19 inches of Venom. I'm sorry, like marag.
Oh my god. Yeah, I missed that. I missed that part. Yeah.
Bang. Fury
So it's gonna be Harry
denied.
Osborn. Theory denied. Debunked. Or maybe it's a red herring, right?
Okay.
It's a marketing ploy.
It's like you can pick which one gets venomized, Miles or Peter Parker, so that like
Damn it,
okay,
it's
so
gonna be
both of them
Harry.
can fight them. It depends on who you level up the most. And there's two endings. Kapoy na eh. Who the hell has the motion capture time to like shoot all of that? But
It's gonna be Venom. It's gonna be Harry Osborn.
maybe,
So whatever.
yeah, maybe.
We'll just go with
Yeah,
that
the
one.
lamest thing to happen, Judd, is Tom Hardy is gonna show up as Eddie Brock and just like, yeah,
No,
yeah,
no.
I'm gonna
And
be
no Eddie
Venom,
Brock.
eh.
No character growth for Eddie Brock to be put in that game.
Okay.
So
So, yeah, any other state of play that we missed? I'm like,
nope.
eh.
I think everything's good.
Yeah.
We got Resident Evil 4, not just that, just that one.
Cyberpunk, Phantom.
Cyberpunk.
Phantom
Yeah, I really
Liberty.
love. I can't wait for it though. It comes out next
Oh,
week.
next week in a day.
I'm gonna have to buy it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It costs just as much as like an actual game.
No, it's just $30.
Oh, really?
That's like.
Yeah, that's like what?
1.5.
That's a lot.
No, it's 1.5. $40 is 2K.
Oh, okay.
It's
The only
1.5.
thing I'm excited for Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty is Nazi Sasha Grey. And I'm like, she's some kind of radio DJ in it. And I'm like, that's going to be cool.
Yeah. We talked about it on a previous
Yeah,
episode.
go check that out, listener.
Yeah. Find it. We have no idea what
Yeah.
episode that was.
I was
We
like, I
forgot
realized,
about it.
like, yeah, it was kind of annoying that we were just trying to make up weird pun names because I was like, what was the episode we talked about this? Like, I can't find it. I can't find it from the titles alone. But
Dude just regretted his decision. And right now, Feed the Geeks is more of a repository of our unwarranted opinions. So if me and Bayani wanna reach out for our old opinions on this kind of topic, we're just gonna
Yeah.
have to find it here. So if we're not doing it for you guys, to our
this
listeners,
is just
we're doing it.
this
you
is
know,
our personal
ourselves.
kanang web history, like more like what was I thinking
Yeah.
back in 2019?
Yeah. So we're gonna have to look back
Yeah.
on this probably 10 years after, and then oh my god, that was a terrible take, Bayani. Did you have to put
Yeah,
it
it's
that
like
way?
I was
Something like
confused
that.
about J.K. Rowling. I really needed like multiple people to explain why she was terrible. I was like, Dave Chappelle, I was immediately
Yeah.
on board. And I was like, no, Dave Chappelle, here's why you're wrong. But, yeah.
So it's a good
Yeah.
way
But
to
you know
check our
what?
growth.
Like, we're talking about growth, but nag-regress ta kay we no longer talk about Kino movies. And we miss the Kino of the Kino of the month, which was
Saw 10?
Paw Patrol. Saw Patrol.
Paw Patrol? Okay.
Past
What Kino movie?
lives.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. The new Asian heritage annual movie that
Oh my
everyone has to
God.
see. Otherwise,
Yeah, dude.
you're not a Wong Kar Wai fan.
I know.
Oh, I'm
like
kidding.
I heard that
Ignore
you
what I
liked
said.
it. I didn't, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
love it.
what
I
a.
love it. I love it so much.
Okay. Let's summarize what happens in the movie. So like, this girl and this guy, they're from Korea. They're like they date for one time, and then they're like, oh, we're so in love, but the girl has to leave. Okay, her dad is a filmmaker, and then afterwards, like we're like, there's opportunity for me in the U.S., and then we find her in the U.S. or something. She's a writer. She's aiming for the Pulitzer Prize or something, and then afterwards she runs into like her boyfriend from 12 years old comes back, and then they have like talking and talking and talking, until he leaves. But the twist is she also has a husband, like that she fell in love with. The husband is also a writer, and like now they have to navigate namorag her and like her being married to her white husband, and then katong her having feelings for her like 12-year-old flame. So yeah, tell me why you like the movie like a lot. Like, unsa, did you watch this cinemas ba or like?
I just watched it on my laptop, but I really like it. I enjoyed it, man.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
What you were saying is all superficial. Like, okay, it's this, that, plot.
Okay.
What I like about Past Lives is how they put focus into these characters that are grieving about their old selves. The entire movie was a character study on how we move past our old experiences, our old memories, or our old selves, and that's what I really like about it. It's bittersweet nostalgia that haunts these two people, and then at the end of the day, it hurt them, right?
Ano ko ba eh, like
So-
murag, for me, like that's all well and good na murag. Of course, it's nice to like it's nice to have that kind of catharsis about like your old murag life, but I guess I kind of wanted it to delve deeper sa iyang murag mga discussions. And everything about it is kind of like murag fantasy kayo ang like ano, or like very shallow kayo ang world na it's trying to put together, like murag her dad is a filmmaker. Okay, ingana, and then now she's a writer. And what's she
Yeah,
writing
but
about?
but those are trivial things. You could just switch it up with a different career or something. But the entire plot of the movie is basically two people growing apart from each other. But when they meet, it's like they're the same. It's still the same. It feels like home. It feels like, yeah, I remember this feeling. I remember this kind of memory that I have with this person, and it put me back to a state that was me. That was the kind of person I was before. So those are the feelings that I got from the movie, which I really enjoyed, because it's very internal in a way that yeah, I get it. People can feel things like this, and it's a very human movie with people actually talking like people and like feeling like people. So
Let me take
Yeah.
your suggestions, and I'm gonna tap in. Like I'm gonna see if I can get her to come here.
yeah,
Because
why
you have
why
a
do you guys
personal
hate it so
thing.
much? Don't you guys like emotions? Don't you guys like
No, 30.
Release?
It's so wimpy. Oh my god.
Just
Wait.
okay. Let 30 present his point,
No,
and
like-
then you can say your thing.
I heard it like, oh, it brings you through a moment in time. Like a person who brings you back to a specific era in your life. But I think like the film didn't really establish that, and it lacked a lot of nuance. It lacked a lot of like dialogue wise. It was poorly written. It lacked a lot of texture, and it was so corny. Oh my god. Like the red string of fate. I mean like, well, some movie Kimi no Na wa did it better, and it was like more interesting. Oh, the movie is slow pans with like slow pretty scenes. Oh my god, 30. It's just pretentiousness everywhere. I'm sorry. I'm like,
30 is just like I'm pretty sure he removed his earphones and is just looking at the ceiling right now.
no? You guys are nitpicking. You guys are
No, we're
nitpicking so
not.
hard on a
It's
movie
so
that's just
poorly
about
written.
two people growing apart from each other, and then
oh yeah, like what
You-
what connected them third aside from them being Korean? Like, did she not know any other Korean men in her life? That like he had to cling onto this one person that she fell in love when she was 12. That is the
Yeah,
corniest
but-
shit ever. Oh my god,
Yeah,
did she
well,
not
it
You
could
know?
know
not-
a guy
it's so
whose
trivial.
username
It's
is
not
Zayn
about-
Heart,
it's-
and then like you're gonna tell me that he's not gonna fall for corny shit.
It's so.
come on,
I'm
come
sorry,
on.
Ferdy.
Here's the thing. It could be anyone. It doesn't have to be a Korean. It doesn't. They do not have to be Korean. They don't have to be filmmakers. They don't have to be writers. They don't have to be in the military to do that. But the kind of story that once again, is that maybe this is just me, because I it resonates to me. It resonates to me because
But
no, it's not like that. It resonates to me because there are people in my life that even though we've grown apart, and then when we meet each other, it's like it's a completely it's there's something there, an unspoken memory that
Si, ano,
we,
si,
Nagay
we,
char-char
we once
si Zarno, atong guest
yeah
na nasa
yeah,
Canada.
yeah whatever yeah because you
Zar,
guys don't
shout
have
out.
you guys don't have any
Yo, thirds.
you guys don't have any emotional
thirds. Like
ties.
I don't pine for my like 9-year-old crush. I don't think of him anymore. But like honestly, I guess the concept was nice. Inyon as a concept is nice. The theme is nice, but like I really think the movie, like the actors weren't good. The actress wasn't good. The guy was good though. I like he could emote
Korean
really well.
guy?
Yeah, he could. Yeah, and then I read the Korean wasn't good. The actress's Korean wasn't good. I really think the script fell flat. Like the dialogue fell flat. I couldn't feel
Okay.
like what connected these two with each other. Why do they have such a strong connection? I couldn't feel that. Even with her husband, like it felt very shallow for me. Like what, they're just writers.
Oh man, like
Yeah.
itong ano niya, it's like, did you know that when you dream, you speak in Korean? It's just there's this part of you that
yeah
I can't get access to. And I'm like, maybe this is good if I'm in high school, but it's kind of like very plain dialogue if you ask me.
I'll put it. Yeah, I get it. I get there's a lot of lacking in terms of
Oh, no, I
development.
feel so
growth,
sorry.
and
I brought
characters and
Tiny in here to be
acting.
like more like, okay, Tiny, beat him up.
It's alright. It's alright.
Sorry.
But here's the thing. It's a
Yeah.
directorial debut, right? And there's gonna be a lot more works there, and it could be
has great
better
potential.
eventually.
I just think
Maybe-
like the Western
Yeah.
fields overhyped this movie because it's really it's beautifully shot. The shots are beautiful, and the idea of Inyon is very what's the word for it?
Romantic,
No, it's romantic and it's very
dreamy.
no. Aside from romantic and dreamy, it's new. It's fresh. It feels fresh to them. It's very
really?
yeah.
Indian.
It's new to them.
Inyon,
Yeah.
your name.
I mean, the idea of fate it's such an Asian idea. Fate, like whatever you call it, the
Like-
red string of fate.
It's like
Yeah.
fate but strings, like but string
Indian.
theory.
Inyon, like we interconnect, we weave. That's a very Asian like concept, but you know, like it could have been done better. I just really hate how overhyped it is.
Okay, and with that, Tiny, Tiny just goes back to her.
Turn, you just drop the mic and then yeah. So if you guys agree with that,
Yeah.
and yeah, just comment below, and
Ako, like when I saw it, I was like, I think this depends on what kind of context it is. Like it's trying to be maybe Wong Kar-waiing a mood for love, or what you call it? Like it feels like the Before trilogy. Like I'm pretty sure you like those movies.
oh, I have not seen the Before trilogy.
Oh, okay, but like you've heard of them, right? The Richard Linklater, just two people talking for the entire movie, and I'm like, maybe if I understand the context of it, I'll get it. But like, honestly, mas niganahan pa ko sa katong. If I wanted to watch something with more interesting chemistry, na Korean, Decision to Leave ang akong thing. Like, murag mas.
Oh yeah.
Mas grabe ang tension ato when you're watching it, like karang of the romance.
man.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, but I didn't see it yet.
Mhm,
Is that the Park Chan Walker, right?
See, director's Old Boy.
Yeah, I have not seen that one. It's on my list, but I just can't find the time.
Yeah.
It's a long movie. When I saw it, it's a very long movie.
2 hours something. 2 hours something.
2 hours, yes. I'm like, oh no, it's gonna be a long movie. I didn't even see Bo is Afraid yet. So
Yeah, but like just watch the paint scene that I linked you. So Bo is Afraid, and then you'll be like,
Yeah.
Murag, okay, this is a thing I'll remember forever. Like that movie is like weird if you watch it straight lang, but it's kind of like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it comes in parts, this movie thing. But back to Past Lives, like let's see, over 10. How do you like it?
it's an 8,
An 8,
I guess.
Okay. Other movies
Eight.
that you think will go well with this Past Lives flavoring, like Morag. If I like Past Lives, what other films will I like that are in like the same vein?
Your Name
Mhm.
could work. Uh,
La La Land.
Probably.
Okay, I like that movie.
Yeah. It's like two people, and then it just didn't work out.
Oh man.
Something like that.
Decision to leave, mga ano ko, like
What
murag.
else?
Yeah.
I think that's it.
It's way more toxic ang decision to
I
leave.
don't really
but,
see a lot of
like
rom-com.
I'm gonna suggest
not
that
rom-com.
people check it out.
Love romance movies.
Romance wise, it's not as kilig, I guess. Murag, a lot of it is implied lang. It doesn't go out to say na murag kanang, hey, I like you or something. And murag, it's very, a lot of it is context, Jude. So like, it's not as kilig as you want it to be. But past lives for me, I'll be honest with you. That's why I brought Tiny in, because I kind of like, it put me to sleep, Jude. Like it put me to sleep 2/3 of the movie in, and I'm just like, all I got was the after they met with the husband, and I got to the part where they get to the beginning shot where it's the three of them together, and then people are guessing what's the relationship here. But like, even while I was conscious, I was just like, what kind of dialogue is this? Is this supposed to be like a, I don't know, like, for me, bitin ra kayo siya. But I don't really want to shit on people who do enjoy it. That's why I was like, maybe I think I need to watch it again. And that's why I was like, maybe I need to contextualize how it's made. Like, is it supposed to be a tribute for something? Oh, Tiny wants to say more things. Okay, what do you want to say?
I actually like read somewhere on Reddit na the reason why kanang the characters seem so blank, you don't really get an impression of who they are as people or what they enjoy. It's more of show, they were like in writers' rooms, you're asked to show not tell. It's very tell. There's a lot of exposition. Yeah, and you don't really get the meat of them as characters. Like you don't really get to know who they are,
Yeah.
aside from the fact that they're Korean. That's it. That's basically it.
Maybe it banks on the idea that you have to put yourself in that character.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
an
that's
it's
what
an
they.
it's an
That's,
empty slate kind of thing. That's why it could
Yeah.
resonate to someone. It could resonate
Yeah,
to
exactly.
anyone. That's why I kind of like it.
That's why I hate it. Oh my god.
Yeah, because you guys don't have feelings.
Yeah, oh, look at me. I had a fling at 12 years old. Congratulations, 30. Like, sorry, I'm in current life right now. I'm in present life.
Sige. Move on to past lives. Yeah.
Okay. Ano to past life? Present life. One Piece. Let's go.
Whatever.
No, I'm just joking.
Let's move on to One Piece.
Like, okay, so
to conclude, past lives.
I think
good
I'll need to
movie.
watch it again.
Yeah.
But
It's a good movie, and unlike Bayani and Tiny, it may not be for everyone,
okay,
but
yeah.
it's a good movie if you're feeling romantic, if you're feeling cheesy right now, if you're feeling a bit, if you're looking for something na cathartic in a way, because it is a cathartic movie. I legit cried. I legit
Whoa.
cried.
Which
in that
part?
movie,
Which
yeah.
part? By katong the end, where
the
they
end,
say goodbye.
The end where she cried, and the meeting, the bar scene, that made me cry. Yeah.
Oh man, I
That,
just remember
you know-
flitting in and out of consciousness there. I'm just like,
Yeah, whatever.
what are you talking about?
Which is why I really don't like it when people sleep on a movie.
I know.
I don't like it. It's the worst, man.
I hate when people.
I've never slept on a movie ever in my
Shut
life.
the fuck up,
Maybe-
Third. Like, you don't sleep on movies, but you skip them and go to like, I'm just gonna go to the interesting part that they said online was interesting.
I don't do that. Come on.
I have it in recording, Third. I have it na murag kakita na ko Fantastic Beasts Crimes of Dumbledore, but like I only skipped to the part na nagfight sila ni Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh yeah. Because I know when a movie is really shitty, and yeah, I do that. I guess.
No,
Wait, I was supposed to say something. I forgot. I was supposed to say something
Okay.
related to past
Yeah,
lives. I
if you're
forgot.
feeling in a romantic mood, okay.
This is this year's Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's why it kind of got a lot of hype because it's another Asian thing, and recently Western, Cannes, and everybody else, they love this. They love more Asian content, and if you've seen Michelle Yeoh somewhere, you know that the Asian is the Asian culture is
So
beaming up
like
right
Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, Michelle Yeoh's in it. Asians rise up.
Michelle Yeoh's
Yeah,
in it?
she's the eagle.
No, no way. Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed the part where they talked about laundry and taxes. That's a really good part of the movie.
What?
for
Everything,
me.
everywhere, all at once?
No, in past lives.
What the fuck? Like, so we
I'm
have
kidding.
2 Asian movies where they talk about laundry and taxes.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Oh man.
But
Okay.
yeah, good. It's good. If anyone hasn't seen it yet, it could be mid for you. It could be good. So just check it out.
Yeah, if siguro like, I think it needs a specific filter before you come in. It needs a mindset. It needs a Sigma mindset before you like murag tanaw ko gingani. There's not much like kissing. There's not much character details, but like I'm ready to feel things. So like murag siguro that's where you jump in. Like I guess I can try it again lang with a new mindset. Okay, I did have that, but then they released like a bunch of other things that I have to check out now. I'm like, there's this movie called Theater Camp that I really want to see, and it's starring si Ayo Edibiri. She's in it, and then like they just released Talk to Me na horror sa A24. I bet that's under your radar.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that this weekend though. So we're gonna have to talk about it next week probably.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed di na nagbaha sa Banilad. Let me see. What else do I have in my like list that I'm forgetting about?
We've so many games. We got Starfield to
man.
talk about, but I don't even want to talk about
so
it.
expensive, I hear.
It's so expensive, yeah, but it's a very white It's a very white.
Yeah. Speaking of
game.
white, you know what recent anime adaptation they whiteified like for Netflix? One
What?
Piece.
Now shut up! Don't stop that.
Oh man, bye. It's time. It's time to search for the king of the pirates. Like I want you to know. Just tell me like Morag, how come? Like I know that we don't like to watch the mainstream things. I know that we're not.
We watch the mainstream things. That's why we talk about it here.
No, it's like we don't do the Genshin Impacts. We don't do the. Maybe you do the Demon Slayer. I don't do that
I do the
shit.
Jujutsu
I'm like,
Kaisen.
Morag,
That's a really good one.
oh, you do the Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
I am not familiar with that.
I'm sure
I was
Tiny
not
knows
familiar
that.
with your game.
Does Tiny know Jujutsu Kaisen? Ask Tiny. Tiny, do you
No,
know?
she doesn't.
Okay.
Tiny's mainstream thing right now is karang Kaguya-sama Love is War,
Ah.
which isn't even like you barely see a cosplay for that. But I know my mainstream thing that I really like is Oshinoko. But like sad, like I'm so happy like that I avoided One Piece my entire childhood. Kay siguro I would spend my life if nahook jud ko One Piece. I have a feeling that like I'd have like an entire Tumblr's worth of just One Piece like merch na like that I can never explain to anyone when they come in. Like murag, oh, this is my Luffy shrine. You want to see it? Like malain sila.
You're gonna have
But-
to ask what arc though. What arc is that?
Yeah,
Is it gonna
it's like
be-
what's your favorite One Piece arc?
Yeah.
Did you know that Alabasta is based on Dune? Because they're in a desert and then they're fighting over a special
No way.
powder and like
No
yeah,
way. Is that how it works?
I was painting Dune miniatures na naka, I'm just because I put one after I saw the live action series. I was just like, you know what? Let's put on the like let's background noise the anime, and then I was just like, naminaw lang ko while I was painting Dune minis, and then it was like, we're in Alabasta. There's no water here. We need a special dance powder so that we can summon the rain. And I'm like, what? Like Dune money ba? And then there's giant animals in the desert that can swallow you whole, and I was just like, this is Dune, like, but ano siya, like, I don't know where am I going with this. Just, yeah, it's an interesting jumping off point. Like, I was so happy na wala ako na sa One Piece. Kay, I'm very afraid of the people who watch it. Like, usually they're very kanang mga anti-woke people or mga like
Whoa.
I don't know.
All right.
Like, it's kind of a meh in a franchise for me. It's very shonen. It's like if you were still following Naruto right now, like Morag, that's probably what
Yeah.
One Piece is to a lot of people.
It appeals to people. It appeals to people like that. But the thing is, they've already followed it, ba? They've already been through a lot of experiences, so they had to just go on with it, na lang. And that's why they can't stop it now. But
can't stop it.
over the years, it kind of gotten better, right? With
How do you
all
know?
the conversations.
Who is telling you
I
these
have.
things?
I told you that I have friends who watch One Piece, and I am noticing a lot of weird shit now. Somebody's controlling black holes, white holes.
What's a
and I
Gear
know.
5 by like no one's explained
Gear
to me
5
what
is a car.
Gear 5
Yeah, Gear 5 is for your Honda Civic.
Yeah, it's like
So-
Karasamo reverse si Luffy by Gear 1, Gear 2,
Yeah.
Gear 5.
Yeah. So it's a
Yeah.
thing, and I just
Yeah.
no.
You're so you
gonna be-
hate it so much. I can see it in your face. It's like,
You know what? I'm looking forward to the Castlevania.
oh, they're gonna make a live action
Nocturne
one.
No, I'm gonna check that out next.
Oh,
next week.
I know
So
the
that's good.
prequel, the first Belmont Kunu.
the sequel.
No, it's a prequel. It's a prequel, my guy.
Oh no way!
Yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna
about
check it out.
it's
dapat.
what starts the kanang rivalry between the Belmont and the Dracula clan. So yeah, that's what that is.
Oh.
Going back to One Piece
Yeah.
though.
What are we still?
Because
on
I
One Piece?
finished the
Move on
entire
with One
series
Piece,
over a
man.
weekend, and then we were like, okay, Third, I'll see you next week where we can talk One Piece, and you didn't watch it, you watched The Bear. So I'm like, what am I gonna do with my weekend? I watched One Piece, you asshole. Like,
Yeah, I watched The Bear, which is arguably
yeah, of course.
definitely one of
Yeah,
the best.
but people.
Damn, I love it
But
so much. Man.
people are online. They're saying na na-amaze sila because their grandpas are going to them, raving about One Piece now. Did you know about this show about pirates? And there's this guy, he's rubber. And then like, monang first introduction nila to the franchise. And I'm like, well, that's pretty interesting that like there are people who can watch this like and go like, oh, this is my first One Piece. Na murag, oh, lingaw ang iyang casting. Like, murag, since everyone is raving about this, you should at least like, aren't you even a little bit curious about like what did they get right, what didn't they, like what have you been hearing about so far?
We already talked about it on the previous episode. That
Yeah. You talked about the previous episode, but the show didn't come out when we recorded that.
Oh,
But now
yeah.
I have knowledge.
but a lot of people
I've-
they like it. My friends like it, but the hardcore One Piece fan of my friend group doesn't really like it that much because it feels like a porn parody according to him. But
that
the
dude's
rest,
an asshole. Who is
Yeah.
that guy, Third?
you don't know him. You
Tell
don't
him
know
they're
him.
an asshole.
You don't know him, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like that, and a lot of people like it. It's fun. It's fun because it's true to the source material. It is
Yeah.
it is an adventure. It is a fun romp around the pirate
Yeah.
realm.
No, I
And-
realized by na the thing about One Piece, like, why it like really hits mga people in their like growing years. Kanang it takes a lot of mga. It's like baby's first traumatic story in a kind of arc. So magfollow ka kaning mga characters, and then for example, si Nami had to like. Her mom got killed in front of her, and then she had to start working for the evil pirates, and then to treat her like themselves, and then it's like, and then like, that's very emotional, especially when you're like a teen, and then you get thrown that kind of story. I imagine it sticks to you in a very like deep way, na murag yawa, like, cinema manibay, like murag ingana siguro feelings
Okay.
din mo when you're like watching it.
Yeah, it applies to every shonen anime, Bayani. It has
Yeah,
to
exactly.
be like that.
And then
Yeah.
like,
It could either be you're the One Piece guy, you're the Naruto guy, you're the Bleach guy,
Dragon
you're
Ball.
the Dragon Ball guy. Yeah.
No,
something
you
like
can't
that.
put the Gundam guys in there. The Gundam
I
guys
can, I
are
can.
the Gundam guys are a different kind of psychopath, if you ask me. Okay, their
Yeah,
show
yeah.
is like it's like saying that your favorite movie is Saving Private Ryan, and then you're like 13, and then like Gundam ang imong
Yeah,
favorite thing.
Gundam is like a military fantasy for young boys.
Yeah.
So if you've enjoyed Gundam, you're probably a misogynistic right now.
No. There are
I'm
like
kidding.
there are people
I'm
in the
kidding.
Gundam
Do not-
subreddit who are like murag, if you complain about Gundam being woke, you're an idiot. And I was just like, thank God,
good.
because
That's
like
good.
yeah, a lot of subreddits are always like murag, oh fuck, why is Lord of the Rings woke now? And I'm like, oh fucking shit, like these people are here, like murag.
Yeah, dude, I love I love the internet now, how everyone is so unified on these people who call woke stuff woke. So they just call them out like shit na ba? You fuck you, you don't even what do you mean by that? Yeah. So when Starfield came out and then there was this
Okay.
huge issue over the pronouns.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people were so mad. A lot of incels were so mad about the pronouns thing. And there's this some dude who legit, even Doctor Disrespect was so against the pronouns thing.
Ugh.
It's just pretty trivial in a way because it's just pronouns.
Yeah.
Why are you so offended by
Yeah.
it? And a lot of gamers, surprisingly, are unifying against these people. Like, okay, whatever, incel. So there's a shift in the thing now. I like it. I like this where this
Oh,
is
dude,
going.
dude.
Because even the
Yeah.
far
Is it the same
Oh, what?
meme that came out about that dude that was like, all right, I'm gonna play, was it Starfield? And then it's like, I think he's British. Did you see that meme of that bald guy? And then afterwards he was like, pick
that's
your
the guy.
pronouns. My fucking god. Just everywhere, dude.
Yeah. That's him, and it's embarrassing.
Uh-huh.
I got secondhand embarrassment from that, all because of that pronouns
You
thing.
got secondhand embarrassment.
Starfield is a shit game.
It is?
Coming from me, yeah, I don't. It's so white coded. It's so American
man.
coded. I hate it. It's everything. There's no soul to it. There's space, I guess, and even though I enjoy sci-fi that much, I'm not really interested in
Okay.
it. So that says a lot, right? And
Yeah.
I don't. What's so
Yeah.
different about it from Mass
Mhm.
Effect?
I guess it's
Probably.
more open
Also,
world.
it's not. It's not
I guess
for
it's
me.
more open world if that's your thing.
Yeah, open world.
Yeah, it's
whatever.
dude. That's what Bethesda does. That's what Bethesda do.
I know, but
Like,
I don't like RPGs, open world. It's too much
oh
for
no,
me right now.
does someone need to play Last of Us? Does someone need to play? Does
Whatever.
someone need to play a closed narrative
Yeah,
game like BioShock?
Yes, please give me that one. Give me experiences. give me moments of emotional resonant
Like One Piece Odyssey.
themes. Yeah,
Hey,
ugh,
jumping
yeah.
on from your white thing, it's very like going back to One Piece. Like, I know that anime kayo siron, but it has a very like when you realize that the property about pirates and all that stuff, it's a very Western thing na concept. Like so, like evident ang Pirates of the Caribbean niyang influence, just like the music that they use. Dude, they got Ian McShane to narrate like the opening of the series. It's they got
No way. Who's playing
just
as
some
Goldie
dude,
Rogers?
but it could have been Ian
You don't see the
McShane.
good.
It was
Something
like we're
like
like, oh, they couldn't pay Ian McShane for an appearance, but he'll narrate it. He's like, the one treasure in the grand, like they have to look for it in the grand line, the One Piece. And we're like, is this Ian McShane right now? Like, and it's Sakto Joda narrated by Ian McShane. But
Yeah. Also, what you said about, Western anime is usually, Japanese
Yeah,
love
yeah.
American culture after
yeah,
things happen. Yeah. After
Things
that, they
happen.
pretty much idolize the concept of
Oh, man.
war,
It's-
military, and all. Yeah. It's weird. It's pretty ironic in a way,
Yeah.
but yeah, you do
Yeah.
you guys.
But
Thanks for
siya,
the anime
like,
though. That's
ako
cool.
na lang maingon is like just I'll close in on this One Piece because you're obviously not into it. Like siguro some of the action is still not as grand as I would expect a One Piece to be. Like murag very sparing sila sa action ni Luffy. Like Luffy can't do much because his action is visually based. So like murag maybe he gets 10 things na he does with his gum powers, but because they can't do Luffy too much, all of the action is focused on katong the two hot guys, si Zoro and si Sanji, and like they're the ones who do a lot of the kanang murag like action jud. Kay si Zoro was in the Rurouni Kenshin movies though. He was like ang rival ni Kenshin na dude. I don't know much about Sanji, but he can do actions.
Yeah, so he's a stunt guy.
Yeah,
He can do that.
He's Makin Yu. I don't know. Did he used to do K-pop or something? Like, He has one
I
of
don't know.
yeah, he's one of those one-name celebrities. He's like Zendaya.
Yeah.
He's Makenyu.
How do you know this? How do you know
Because
this?
I was
man?
like researching on it. I was like, Morag, how did they make this?
Okay.
And like, incredibly conundrum jud siya na Morag. Okay, how come this succeeded? And people are wondering how come Cowboy Bebop didn't succeed? Na parehas na naman ang iyang like Morag anime to live action nga filter. And then
Bitaw, no?
yeah, and like some people guess it's because Cowboy Bebop is supposed to be like mature man, and like what happened was I think they still leaned in on some of the anime elements, like murag the cartoonish na like action nga na, and then people didn't like it. Kay it's not what I remember. I think ang like what people will say.
Bitaw,
But with
bitaw,
One
makes
Piece,
sense.
everyone is
But with One Piece, it's still young at
yes,
heart.
yeah, everyone is
show.
coming into it na murag, okay, this is for 12-year-olds na na property. So like yeah, they treat it like that. But at the same time, all the serious story beats and backstories, like ang story ni Nami, ang story ni Sanji, all of those are still very much intact and still very like murag kanang mga there's the one big arc, and then in the shonen anime there's always the tragic flashback of the character. So they keep those for each of the characters, like even Luffy katong origin niya, how he got the hat na. So like murag
With Shanks? Shanks is around?
yeah, na si Shanks, like murag they explain like how he
Okay.
got his hat and like kung kinsay crew niya ingana. I'm sure there are a lot of Easter eggs for fans to find out, but and like murag I guess it's not as maybe most of the budget went to kind of mga actual sets. Kaya it's amazing how much of this movie is in sets na dili siya murag it's like manotice ni mo na di sila set no dili siya murag Star Wars where you're like used to it na murag that's probably the volume, like that's probably the CGI wall that they're using right now. But in One Piece it's like they're on a boat, they're inside a closed room, and then there's like it has a very specific look to it. So like yeah, na siya like it really toes that line jud na murag naka-understand ko why people think this is good for fans and good na entry point for the franchise. But I don't know if you'll ever check it out. Like murag para nako, I know that you really like cute girls in your series. So like Ahsoka already got you with I don't know who you're are you a Shin simp or Sabine?
I need Sabine and
Oh my God.
Shinhati in my life.
Yeah, like we're like, okay, all the
Okay.
pretty girls in that series, like nah. And then like in One Piece, you got like I think Nami is cute. Jud na si Emily Rudd is her name. Like, she's not as sexualized as Nami in the anime, where she's like super like kadang super thin with the giant boobs, but like you can tell na marag, oh, this girl is like she got a body, like marag, but they don't sexualize her. Like Sanji is still pretty much like a pervert or gahapon, but it's toned down. Dili siya cancelable. Like dili siya Barney Stinson na gross na murag. It's like ano lang siya. It's like wow, you're very pretty, and then he's still handsome, so it's okay. Like
Yeah. Weird that like when Himim came out years ago, not a lot of people were trying to cancel Barney Stinson, right?
dude, it's very cancelable now. Like Barney,
he is a
like
cancelable guy
ano,
now.
like it only works now because Neil Patrick Harris is like gay.
He's
But
immune to that.
When you watch the show, Barney frequently lies to women to sleep with
Yeah.
them. So it's like more like I think rape na ang word ana. Like he shoots them on his bed and lies to them when he's taking videos of them and like murag it's funny kinda if you like back in those days, but like right now it's like I can't believe you would support like this terrible show.
Yeah,
Nga na.
dangerous times. Yeah.
Yeah, but One Piece worth a check out. I don't know if I'll ever convince you,
Yeah,
Third. Like I have
Just
so many
remember-
good shows
just
up in
remember
here.
the meme that I share. I keep sharing you. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, yeah. But is that the time we weren't able to talk about The Boy and the Heron,
Oh
like
man.
the next Miyazaki?
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about it on the next episode.
So maybe when it comes out, but it's so post Oppenheimer na ano no. It's
It's
like
so-
it feels like
Shut up! Just because it's Japanese, it's always gonna be
Dude,
related to Oppenheimer.
it feels like another post-war movie. Did you see the shots? The boy
Yeah.
is missing his mother after probably the nuclear fallout.
That is-
and then after
that is literally the afterlife, man. And
yeah. And
so
then
it's
it was
wild.
like, oh, there I guess it's like Grave of the Fireflies but more mystical things like what oh.
I like how it's more of a it has a Dark Souls vibe to it. But we're not gonna get too deep on it. But we'll talk about it on the next.
It has
few
an
episodes.
armored core vibe.
It is an armored core. Maybe the real One Piece is the episodes we made along the way.
Okay. What else are you excited for? Like anything incoming that you're excited for?
Just games recently, and I told you about Castlevania, right? So I'm gonna have to watch
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Castlevania, Spider-Man,
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk, I guess.
Yeah, October is a packed month. I got Alan Wake 2 as well. I'm gonna have to play that.
I was like, what I got? Halloween. I'm just like, I'm really like, I want to talk about Halloween stuff and like Murag. I want to talk about kid-friendly Halloween things because that's the only
Yeah.
scary thing that I like.
Also,
Okay, Morag.
we got Talk to Me to talk about. That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. We'll find something. If wala nagbaha again in Cebu, like I hope you guys are okay there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope you listeners are okay, Rasad. Listeners.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Thank
many
you so
are.
much, guys, for always. If you're still around, if you still remember that we exist, yeah, this is us, and
Yeah.
we're still making episodes.
Yes, it's just like Murag. It's just finding a rhythm, you know. Okay, Murag.
Yeah.
People
We
people become adults. People become busy. We started this.
We're still getting our Indian. We're still getting our Indian with Bayani right now.
Yeah, like we started this thing. Lahi jud ang among job, and we were still together as one island. But right now, it's like
Yeah.
Right now, we're just making excuses. But you know, it's always
Yeah,
fun to
so-
talk to a friend about like things that you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, we're LDR, and yeah. Anyway,
Okay,
guys,
guys.
that's it for episode 64.
64. Damn. 65 na tabay? I was like,
60. That's it for episode 65.
no, we're 64. And it's like the next one's going to be 65. And I'm like, congratulations. Thank you for being here after all these episodes.
2 years.
It's always been fun. Oh yeah, Tiny, you want to say
Yes.
something?
I'm sorry, Thirdy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
get
for
Tiny out of the
breaking
way.
your
Get
heart.
Tiny out of the
We're
way.
having a moment here.
Yeah,
Stop
Get-
pulling.
get
stop
Tiny out
pulling
of
at
here.
my shoulder so you can tell
Yeah.
30 that past lives suck.
No woman in our podcast, please.
First said no women on our podcast. Get out.
Past lives for women, jerk.
I'm kidding.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, see you and goodbye.